The courage of men. We watch movies of men who make great sacrifices, who would risk it all, who would sacrifice their life for the greater good, for those they love, for something bigger than themselves. Warriors, soldiers, civilians, every day. We are enamored with this concept of the greatest sacrifice, with honor, with glory, of being eternally remembered, of, well, just doing the right thing because it was the right thing. And we like to think to ourselves that I'd be that guy, or I'd like to have that courage. If that moment arose, I'd be the man who'd step up. I'd, lay it all down. I'd do what it would take. That I'd be willing to make that sacrifice. But what about the silent sacrifice? What about the daily, quiet, silent sacrifice of giving up the good for great, leaving behind comfort and mediocrity to demand greatness of yourself, to be that man for your kids, for your wife, for those around you, those who believe in you, for those who depend on you? What about those sacrifices? What about being that man? As I said, the silent sacrifices that, well, no one will ever know but you. They're the most noble choices. They're the most important choices. And yet nobody talks about it. The things that we are willing to sacrifice to be the greatest version of ourselves. To step forth and be the man that we know we should be. To step up and proclaim that, well, I'm ready to do what is required. It comes back to that notion of courage, of valor, of those kinds of things. Yeah, we'd like to see it in that big shining moment, that in that everything on the line, we'd be that guy. But what about in those quiet desperation moments? What about in those quiet moments that no one will ever see? We talk all the time about how the tree falls the way it leans. Well, it's those tiny little choices, those daily choices that nobody knows about, that nobody thinks about, that nobody even contemplates. Those are the ones that truly matter. Those are the ones that, well, determine your life, the greatness of your life. And that doesn't have to be glory on the stage. It doesn't have to be glory known by millions or thousands or hundreds even. It could just be the glory of being the greatest dad, greatest husband, greatest man you could be. But it requires sacrifice. It requires, well, as I said, giving up good for great. It means giving up comfort and mediocrity and doing the work that is required, no matter what the feeling is, no matter how you're feeling about the situation. Discipline over motivation, because motivation wanes, but discipline is rock solid. Discipline gets the job done no matter what. And that's the separator, and that's the defining factor, and that's the feature that matters. We've spoken before about, and this one still boggles my mind, the statement of, oh, I'd die for my children. But would you live? This is the moment where they need you. And it's that same concept, that you believe that in a moment of courage you would step up and make the ultimate sacrifice. But they're not asking you to sacrifice your life. What they're asking for is you to sacrifice your comfort. What they're asking for is you to sacrifice your sedation. They're asking you to sacrifice the things that provide no value in your life. They're not asking you to sacrifice your life. They're asking you to give up the things that, well, don't mean anything. They feel good in the moment, but they don't actually mean anything. You aren't going to get to the end of your life and look back and go, man, that meme on that random Wednesday, mwah, that was the pinnacle. That was the best thing ever. No, it's going to be the moments with your children, with your wife. It's going to be the feelings and the emotions that are attached to that. It's going to be the times that you are present, watching them grow up and grow and become incredible human beings. It's the obstacles that you overcame, the things that you did and provided for, that you set your kids up for life. You set them up to lead their best life because you led by example. You didn't talk bullshit. You didn't tell them lies. You were the man that they believed you were. You were the hero that they believed you were and could be. You lived that life. And you taught them the great lessons by living that life. By showing up as the best version of yourself in that life. That's the most noble way to live. That's the most noble life that you can live. Is sacrificing ease and comfort for, well, their greater purpose, for their greater life. There is nothing greater in this life than that. I cannot think of a greater use of my life than being the greatest father and the greatest husband I can be. To lead by example and hopefully inspire others to do the same. But even if I don't, even if nothing transpires of this other than I am the best version I can possibly be of myself, that I wake up every single day and pursue the best version of myself. I demand greatness of myself and I don't settle. Because, yeah, I'm miles apart from the man who started this journey. But I'm not even remotely fucking satisfied with where I've reached yet. I'm still demanding more of myself. Demanding more every single day. Because, well, that's how you get better in this life. It's how you progress and become more, to be more. Is that you keep showing up as the best version of yourself. And keep pushing through obstacles and trials and tribulations. You sacrifice the unimportant. That's what demanding greatness is all about. Stepping up to the plate every single day and going, yesterday was good, but today I'm doing better. Yesterday was fine, but today I demand more. Yesterday was something, but my wife, my kids, my children, my loved ones, my family, those I serve deserve better from me. We aren't here purely to exist. We're here to grow and develop and see what is humanly fucking possible. That's what this is about. It's about demanding greatness for yourself every single day. You want to talk about courage? It's a silent courage to do that with nobody watching. It's a silent courage to show up every single day and do the work that is required. It's a silent courage when there's nobody clapping for you and it's just you in the empty auditorium and you keep moving forward. When everybody tells you that you can't do it, when the world is against you and you keep moving forward and you just keep showing up. But your kids will see. They will know. They see way more than you could ever imagine. They're little sponges sucking it all up. And they'll look back on this and go, well, Daddy was a man of his word. Dad said it was happening. It was fucking happening. that when you tell them that they can be anything, and they can do anything, and they can chase their dreams, and nothing is fucking impossible, and you've done that, they'll believe you. I've spoken before, I think the worst moment in life as a child is looking at your father and going, well, you didn't do it. You never did any of it. You never chased your dreams. So is this true? To look at the man that you thought your father was, the hero that you painted him as, and realize that he is not anywhere near the man that you thought he was. Because at some point your children will figure you out. At some point your kids will work out who you truly are. Not the hero vision that they have ingrained in them as a child, but through adult eyes, they'll see you as an adult. And on that day, I hope, I pray, for your sake, that you're at least half the man that they envisioned you as. And look, there's no guarantees in life. There's no guarantees that you'll be the man that they see. But you can at least fucking try. You can at least show the fuck up and do the work. You can at least lead a life worth noting. That you're a man of follow through. You're a man who did the work. You're a man of your word. You showed them and taught them what hard work was. You showed them and taught them what effort and consistency was. You showed them and taught them that being in great shape is not a nicety, it is a requirement of life. That how you treat your body, the thing that fuels your entire life, matters. That you're a man who went out and gave it his all, in whatever that looked like. I think that's worth being. I think that's a greater achievement in this life than thinking that one day you'd be willing to, if the situation arose, to sacrifice it all for the greater good. To be honest, it's probably not something you should say out loud, but I'm in the habit of telling the truth on here. I'd be closer to the villain in this situation. Yeah, I would sacrifice everything and anything for my children. There is nothing I would not do. But I would not sacrifice myself for the greater good of humanity. They talk about being the hero and the villain. And the hero would save the world, and the villain would save the ones he loved. In this situation, in this narrative, you're damn fucking right I'm the villain. Because my family, my kids, my wife, and those that I classify as my family, there is no one greater. There is nothing more sacred to me in this life. And I would sacrifice everything, and I would do anything to protect and provide for them. So my act of courage would not come for the greater good. My act of courage would come to protect them. My act of courage comes daily to do the things that I don't want to fucking do. To deal with my demons. And my past habits and issues and resistance fucking calling its siren song to prevent me from doing the work that is required. That is my act of courage. Those are the things that I do. That I override my desire for comfort and ease. To do what is required. To do the work that is necessary for them. And that falls under every category. That falls under being in the greatest shape I can possibly be. That means doing the work that I don't want to do physically, mentally, emotionally, business-wise, all of that. It means showing up consistently and unendingly, doing what is required, no matter what the cost, so that they can have the life that they deserve. It means being present at all times. And I always find that one a weird one that I have to say, but in the modern world, being present is one of the greatest gifts that you can give, and one of the things that most people fucking lack. It means not being on your phone. It means being in the moment. It means being right there with them, giving them your, undivided attention, doing what is required. These are my acts of courage. These are the things that I choose daily so that my family has and always will have everything that they need. That they have the greatest version of myself. That I show up consistently as, way more than I could have been. That I didn't leave my potential to chance. That I didn't leave anything unturned. Any stone unturned, any path untraveled, that I went out and demanded greatness of myself every single day so that they could reap the rewards of my effort. That is what a father is meant to do. The day your children are born, it is no longer about you. It is about them. And it's about showing up as the greatest version of yourself and doing the work regardless of the cost. That, in my opinion, is the ultimate act of courage. And that, my friend, is what I think you should seek. So if you are ready to start demanding greatness of yourself, if you're ready to step the fuck up and do what is required, because it starts with you, right here, right now. It starts with the physical capacity. It starts with the vessel that you use for everything in your life. It starts with those steps and leading by fucking example in that area. So if you're ready for that, click the link in my bio. Let's get you into demanding greatness. Let's begin that journey and see who you can become on the other side. Because you can't start demanding greatness of yourself until you start looking after the vessel that provides everything else for your family. So if you're ready for that, click the link in my bio and let's make that a reality. I cannot wait to see you then.